welcome to MCG University. In this video, we'll be discussing how to create a query. Now, the first thing you need to identify is what you're actually trying to query about. And you can query on any of the tables and fields throughout the system. And in this case, we're going to look at AR invoice information. So if I navigate to an actual AR invoice document, and I come up to View at the top and make sure that System Information is checked off. This way, if I'm hovering over any of the fields on any of the documents and tables throughout the system, I'll be able to see the table in question. So here on the AR invoice, if you notice down in the bottom left-hand corner, I have at the end part of the wording there, it says OINV, and then it says comma, card code. So the table name in question is OINV, and then the field is card code. So any of these at the OINV table, these are all header level fields. So there's one field, one piece of information for that document. Okay, even other sections of the invoice, you can see that this is at the OINV table. So these are all one field per document. Now, if I navigate down here to the contents table and I look at something at the line level, I will see that this says INV1 and this says description. So in the INV1 table, I'm pulling line level information on an invoice. So now that we know the table names, we can navigate to Tools, Queries, Query Generator. If I did not know the table name, I could merely click Tab, and I could look for the table in question, whether it's a document or other set tables throughout the system. But since we know the tables, we'll go ahead and just type them in, OINV, and then click Tab. This will pull all the fields from that table into the generator. Now, since I have a second table that I'd like to pull information for, I'm going to go back into this field and I'm going to type in INV1 and click Tab. So now, as you can see, it has created the code necessary to join these tables. So there's no need to know any coding. This will do it for you. If you notice, I am on the INV1 table, so I can pull information from this, or I can go back to the original OINV table. So here, I'm going to pull some information. Let's say the document number, the document status, posting date, customer code, customer name, and BP reference number. Now, that's all header level information. If I also wanted line level information, maybe I want the item number, the item description, I can merely double click on each of these fields and you can see that they're populating in this select section. So I'm going to go ahead and execute this query, and this is going to give me all the information that I have put in there, and there are no filters, so I didn't put in any date restrictions or any customer restrictions. So this is pulling the entire system of all the AR invoices and the line levels associated with them. Now in this case, you can see that we've got a couple fields that have numeric information in them, and if I merely hold the control button and left click the header, you'll see that I can pull the subtotal for that category. This is just a quick way to get some information. You can also filter that information. If you're looking for certain conditions and you want to search different things, then you can basically filter the query after you've done it. But most people want to create that filter within the query itself. So if I wanted to have a way to filter by customer, I can go right into this where box and click on conditions here. This gives me a bunch of options. I could also manually type these in, but I can also use these conditions. So if I wanted to search by the customer code, I could merely double click the customer code, create my condition, so when it's equal to something, and then I could either type an actual BP code in here, or I can create the variable. This will give me the option when I select it. So as you can see, I can type in here, I just click tab, navigate to the customer in question, and click OK. And that is going to pull all the same data we had before, but merely filtering it to this one particular customer. Now, a lot of other clients like to add multiple filters. So in this case, let's add another filter. So I'm going to choose and in this case, I want to pull by posting date, but I want to create a range of posting date. So if I select posting date and I want it to be greater than another variable, not the same variable I used earlier. So this would be a secondary variable. And then I want to also create a to date. So I'm going to put and here, choose my posting date again, and then this time it's going to be smaller than one more new variable. So here I've just created the extra filters. So if I click execute, I now have the 3 filters. So I can choose my customer again, and then I can create dates and period of time. As you can see, that's filtered that report even further. And then if you want to save this query, you can click Save. You can identify the category you want to put it in and call it whatever you choose to call it, and click Save. This way, that query is available to you in the Tools, Queries, User Queries, and you can select it, Invoice, and it'll pop back up. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to Michell Consulting Group and visit us at mitchellgroup.com for more information.